Hello, welcome to One Sunflower. Today we are working on step 3. This is the order that I would go in. I think it's the best way for them to learn, just kind of sequentially and putting it together in their brain. So step 1, I would suggest everyone watch, just because a lot of these have a lot of the same questions and a lot of the same procedure as step 1. And so as I'm going through, I'm trying not to make all of the videos so super long. But step 1 is the best one to watch. And then I kind of move through and summarize a little bit as we get going. So step 1 is with the colored uppercase letters. Step 2, the black and white uppercase letters. So step 3, we are moving down to lowercase letters. And these can get very confusing. So we're gonna have an additional step at the end of these just as some extra practice. But I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the uppercase letters, which is I'm gonna pull the letters in my son's name, Beckett. He has a B, an E, well, 2 E's, a C, a K, and 2 T's, right? So we're starting with just 5 letters. One of the things about the lowercase letters is if you turn some of these letters around, they make a different letter, right? So you want to try to keep it facing the way that you need it to be facing. So this B is a B like that, and like that, it's a Q. Okay, so we want to make sure that they are looking straight at it and they see the way the shape of the B goes, because that is just lots of confusion in kindergarten and first grade. And it's very normal. They will reverse them. They're going to draw different ones for different things. But when they start to read and they look at it, we want them to see the B and the P and the D and the Q, because those are hard. So make sure that your letters are facing the right way and play the same game. You're gonna match them up. Well, Beckett's gonna match them up, right? And I'm going to say, good job, that's a B. Can you say B? And B is for bird, right? B starts with bird. Can you say bird? Same thing I did in step 1 and step 2. Match up the C, great job, that's a C. Some of these they might know because it looks exactly like the uppercase one, right? And then you can say, instead of saying that's a C, you can say, do you know what that is, right? Do you remember what C starts with? Because they may know, cat, right? They may remember from the last however many weeks you did the uppercase letters. K looks very similar. What is that letter? Do you remember K? K is for key or kite or whatever you want to say. The E looks very different, right? So you may have to tell them that one. E is egg, and the T looks a little bit different, but they might know that one. Okay, spell it out. Same as step 1, same as step 2. We're going to take some of these away. So whichever ones you feel like taking away, I'm going to keep the B because that's super hard, and the E because it's a super popular letter, right? I'm going to move the other ones over here, and then I'm going to bring in Cameron. And we're going to get the letters in Cameron's name in here, Beckett, okay? Right? Make it fun. Make it interesting. Let's get all these up here. I'm going to do the same thing. The N, also, you turn it upside down, it's a U, right? Make sure they're looking at that N the right way. The M, upper and lowercase, really, you turn it upside down and they can confuse it for a W. Not necessarily lowercase as much as uppercase, actually, but there we go, okay? So matching again, asking the questions, see which ones they already know, and the ones they don't know, just go ahead and tell them. Make sure that you're saying the word, that letter, the word that begins with that letter and the letter, right? We want both of those things going on inside their brain. Seems like it's not that big of a deal, but it is. When you say A, apple, you're hearing the A sound. When you say bird, when you say B, bird, they're making the sound with their mouth. That's super important for down the line, okay? So it's just that added extra bonus that you can give your kids so that then they walk into that classroom and they've got just a little advantage, right? They've got that already down. B, bird, match them all up. Do it again. I find the lowercase ones to be a little bit harder for some kids, but you know, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Take as long as you need. I'm gonna pull some out after we do that. Remember, you can also point and go down the line, B-E-A-M-O-N-R, right? And then scoot these away, keep a couple, and bring in Devin, okay? So, I don't wanna take up all of your time. If you have already watched step 1 and step 2, I'm going to do the same thing all the way through. I'm going to pull in the letters for thistle that we didn't use yet, and then I'm going to pull in the last letters that were not in any of the names. I'm using the same names all the way through just because I think it's fun to use the names in the family and the siblings' names. You can also do mom and dad, grandma, grandpa. You can use some cousin's name if they have some friends or something like that. Whatever ones you want, just to make a little connection that those letters are in that person or that thing's name. But I do use the same ones all the way through, and that just, you know, builds that little extra, you know, maybe they'll remember the letters in Devin's name because we've worked on them so many times. Okay, so match them all up. Remember to spiral back through. Get rid of a couple. There's that sneaky D. If I turn the D over, it makes a P. Okay? So we want to work extra hard on that one. So make sure, maybe I'll take these away, right? And then pull in the next one. So once we're all done with that, we're going to have done all these letters. I'm going to spend some time on this. I'm going to spend some time to make sure that they feel pretty confident in these letters, because these letters are hard and a lot of them are similar and they turn upside down and then they look the same as another letter. So don't be in a rush to get through this, okay? And then once you're through, I'm gonna stop. That's step 3. So focus on that for as many days or weeks as you need to until you feel like they got that, okay? Step 3, stop.